Oh, superpowers? Imagine getting kidnapped with some balloons, man. L kid. Bro, how you gonna 2v1 a kid? You suck. Hey, what's good? One big play here back in with another great video. Today we're here to watch Black Phone, the kill count. Alright, here it is right here, Black Phone, kill count. Listen.
Welcome to the kill count, where we tally up the victims and all our favorite horror.
I always wanted one of those type of shirts.
And today we're looking at the Black Phone, which premiered at Fantastic.
Like the cut sleeve shirts, man. I need one of those.
The Black Phone takes place in the 70s and follows a teenager abducted by a local serial killer. The kid is locked up in a room.
Imagine getting kidnapped with some balloons, man.
To communicate with his captor's
L kid.
Victims. It's a serial.
He could at least got some candy out of it, right?
Some supernatural touches that highlights the resiliency of youths. The movie is based on the short story of the same name, written by Joe Hill.
Oh,
His
it's a
stories
book.
have been
It's a
adapted
book.
for the screen before, perhaps most notably within the Tall Grass. Hill is the son
I've heard
of
that name
legendary
before.
novelist Stephen King, and it shows. This adaptation is so full of classic King tropes, you'd be forgiven if you thought it took place in Maine. The Black Phone was written by Scott Derrickson, with a screenplay co-written by Derrickson and C. Robert Cargill. These are the guys who brought us the modern classic Sinister.
Okay,
as well
I've
as
heard
the
of
first
Scott
Doctor
Derrickson
Strange
before.
movie. Derrickson was originally supposed to direct in the Multiverse of Madness too,
But he left, right?
left the project due to
'Cause Disney
creative
sucks.
differences. Most likely, he wanted to make it more of a horror film. The
Yeah.
good news is that when he left that movie, he and Cargill turned around and made this one. The Black Phone is one of many amazing
How much you think that
horror
mask
movies
cost?
that had a wide release.
This
in
is the 70s. It's probably
2022.
like 50 cents,
While it
right?
didn't quite electrify me as much as some of the others, I think it's really well made with phenomenal
Oh,
performances.
he's a smart
specifically from the two lead
kid.
kids and Ethan Hawke in a rare villainous turn as the Grabber. It also manages to have an
His name's the
optimism
Grabber?
despite the dark subject matter. Ethan Hawke called it a scary movie with a heart of gold. For anyone who finds comfort in Stephen King stories with their small town,
Bro, I thought he had herpes. They beat him up that bad?
Will surely deliver with a couple of good scares along the
Ooh.
way. How many kills will the Grabber?
No.
What?
Bro, that is a nice shirt, man. I need one of those shirts, bro.
Hello?
Oh, sweetie, I'm so glad I caught you.
Mom, how'd you get this number?
Oh, don't you worry about
Oh my
that
God.
at all. I was just putting together my Christmas
That
list. I was
lipstick.
wondering if there was anything you think would be good for me this year.
Oh yeah, that's easy. Today's sponsor, Raycon.
Oh,
That is
1 hour later.
In this movie's Black Phone book, let's find out and get to them.
let's find out how many kids died. I think
The movie
like
begins with,
probably 6 or
son of a
7.
Steven, a baseball game. Classic King. It's 1978 in North Denver, and 13-year-old pitcher Finney Blake gets bested by rival Bruce
Damn.
Lamada, who's a little cocky, but still a good sportsman.
Man, your arm is mint. You almost had me.
Bruce slow
Okay,
rides
okay.
around town,
Sportsmanship,
looking cooler
sportsmanship.
than I ever have or will be, but his good times come to
Don't-
an
I was like,
end
don't tell me
when
he
he
get
sees a black
kidnapped.
man bringing a fade to black to this baseball boy.
That's tough.
An 8mm missing persons montage gives
Coulda
us
went
a
to the
taste
league.
of this movie's 70s
Dang.
setting. I love a good opening credits sequence that isn't just names over landscape shots, especially when it evokes the filmmaker's previous horror work. Keep an eye out for any lawnmowers, am I right? Finney lives with his younger sister Gwen in a place so suburban there are connected backyard paths leading to the school. But this Denver suburb ain't entirely Colorado.
What do you
There's
think
been
they
a
grow
string
there?
of child
Like-
abductions, classic King.
like,
by
how
an
can you
unknown
grow, like,
culprit
vegetables
named
there?
Grabber. This is the late 70s after
Like, those
all.
trees
The
might be
age of infamous
artificial.
Serial killers like John Wayne Gacy, Ted Bundy, and David Berkowitz. Finney has to
And
face
Jeffrey
bullying
Dahmer, 'cause
at
everyone
school,
love him now.
Classic King. But thankfully, he has a karate kid in his corner. Robin Ariano is one tough mammer jammer, as seen earlier when he was fighting a big bully named Moose. Moose swung a slur and a fist at Robin, only to get his ass whooped.
Oh my
Question,
God.
Batman, is Robin going for the impaler? Nah, he stopped short of a kill.
Bro, I
switch,
thought he
but
finna hit his
definitely
ass-
makes
bro.
Moose unprettier. Though we learned that Finney helps Robin.
thought he finna hit with the
Math
Christian
homework, this
Slater.
doesn't feel like a transactional relationship. These two boys seem like actual friends, or at the very least, affectionate mentor and mentee.
Bro, don't tell me he get kidnapped too,
Stand
bro.
up for yourself one of these days.
Finney's home life is also a big bag of suck. His dad Terrence has such a short fuse, mere bread box banging and cereal slurping can set him straight the fuck off.
You think you can slurp that a little louder?
Finn's pap is abusive and alcoholic as hell, but the kids adapt and find a way to live with him. Watching William Castle movies
That's sad.
probably helps. Oh shit, the Tingler! Finney must be a podcast listener. The Blake home is the best showcase of this movie's attention to period detail. Production designer
I ain't gonna
Patty
lie, bro.
Podesta helped
They
recreate
was living
director
in
Scott Derrickson's
some
memory.
Up houses,
growing
I ain't
up
gonna
in
lie.
late 1970s North Denver. In fact, it was his decision to set the movie here. Joe Hill's original story takes place in Illinois, and it's not just
Oh,
the set deck and wardrobe.
Even a
that
more
makes
fucked up
this
place,
feel
huh?
so much like the 70s. Cinematographer Brett Jukowitz matched the movie's visual style to the era with his lighting and color palette. He used a lot of browns and sepias and shot with lenses that gave the film a softer period look. Finney wakes up the next morning to some real-life horror.
He
Gwen
sleeps
being
on the
abused
floor?
by their
Oh,
dad.
damn.
She had been questioned at school earlier by two detectives looking into the missing kids. They heard that Gwen told a friend about a dream she had where the grabber had black balloons. A detail that's true, but hasn't been released to the public. Turns out Gwen's got a bit of the shine, or otherwise
Oh,
nondescript
superpowers?
magic like the king. Terrence is
Oh,
irate that
who
Gwen's
would've
been
thought?
talking about prophetic dreams, and in a painful scene beats her until she repeats that she doesn't have powers.
My dreams are just dreams. My dreams are just dreams.
Amazing
Bro,
work
these
by
kids
young
need to get
actor
taken away
Madeline
from him, bro.
McGraw, who Derrickson says
That was
came
good
up
acting,
with that
though.
final, somewhat defiant line delivery on her own.
My favorite acting moment in the whole movie, and maybe in anything I've ever done. And she turns and she looks at him and she gets mad. And she's like, my dreams are just dreams. And I didn't tell her to do that. That's a 9-year-old girl knowing her character.
Great acting from a kid who's not old enough to watch his previous work.
I've been begging my mom to let me watch Sinister, but she said definitely no. She's even shaking her head right now.
So
I
she
love that
can't
Gwen is
watch
a strong
Sinister, but
little
she could be
kid
in this?
Not overly precocious. Even
I
when
guess,
she's cussing out cops like she were Beavis.
Yeah, I took him down because obviously I'm the grabber, you dumb fucking fart knocker.
Now
Oh
we
my
see that
God.
her toughness is a way to mask the trauma she has from her broken home. Finney's crappy life is about to get crappier since Robin, like Bruce before him,
Oh my
stumbles
God.
upon that same black van and suffers the same black fade out. With his bodyguard.
Oh,
Finny and Gwen
not
have to fend
Karate
for
Kid.
themselves in a super violent kid fight, which I mean, you know
Ooh,
what
alright.
that is, man. It's classic King. I'll stop pointing out King tropes now, but this does make me want to do a random video all about him. After
Okay,
school,
okay.
the young Walker crossfades his way home. Damn, all these dissolves for just one street? Slow ass motherfucking Finney over
Lot of
here. Pace
editing.
picks up when Finney comes across a black van and a figure stumbles
Oh, that's
out
an
that sounds
abracadabra?
like an animaniac. I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, okay. Because at first I thought it was more like. This feller says he's a part-time
Hell's
magician,
that?
and to prove it, he says abracadabra. Man, nothing worse than a mouthful of sleeping gas.
Oh,
Then he
it's
comes
sleeping
to in a grimy
gas.
basement.
I thought he just
Man,
pushed his
now
ass in the
revealed to be
van.
The grabber shows off his creepy PPE.
Ugh.
Nothing bad is going to happen here.
Bro, did you
know,
wash your
I'm not sure
hands?
why, but I'm having a hard time believing
Nasty
this guy.
ass
The grabber
room.
is played by Ethan Hawke, who previously worked with Derrickson on Sinister. We've also seen him as the family patriarch.
That's right, he was in The
middling
Purge.
Original Purge. The
Didn't he
Black
die
Phone
in that one?
relies on Hawke's performance for its tension, and he delivers, giving the grabber an unsettling, almost split-like instability. The grabber locks up for the night, so Finney explores his new scare B&B, which includes a dingy bathroom and some rolled-up floor mats. It
At least he
also
got a
includes the
bathroom.
titular telephone, which, despite being disconnected, rings one night. The grabber says it's just static electricity, since the phone hasn't worked since his boyhood. That's a problem for Finney, because the grabbers also soundproof this basement. In crawl space, no one can hear you scream. A couple of
Damn,
nights go by, and
sad.
the phone rings again. This time, there's a caller on the line. The boy on the other end doesn't remember his own name.
I would've
but he
kept
does say
talking.
some familiar phrase.
I was like, speak louder.
Your arm is mint. You almost had me.
Finney realizes he's talking to the ghost of Bruce Yamada. First-time caller, long-time dead kid. His early life and abduction are played in another Kodachrome montage. Bruce
Oh, that's
tells him that the
sad.
phone rings for everyone, but Finney's the only one who's been able to hear their voices. I was surprised to learn these calls weren't done in post-production. The phone was hooked up so the kid actors could actually talk during the scenes.
We hooked it up so that when we pick up this phone on the outside of the set, the black phone inside will ring.
Bruce tells Finney about a loose tile in the bathroom, which he removes to try and Shawshank his way to freedom. He hides the progress with one of the mats and turns in for another kidnap. Like a napping kid. The next day, before sunrise,
But
the
how's he
grabber
gonna get
brings
out,
him
though?
breakfast. On his way out, he seemingly forgets to lock the door, but when Finney moves to escape, he receives another phone call. It's a different voice this time, who Finney identifies as deceased paperboy Billy Showalter. Another montage shows his life in kidnapping, done by a Pennywise and grabber.
Bro, did he
tells
get
Finney
kidnapped
the
in
unlocked
front of his
door is a
house?
trap, and that the grabber is waiting to beat him when he tries to leave. Damn, look like that grabber been grabbing them dumbbells, know what I mean?
Yeah,
Billy
go,
also
bro.
mentions that he tore a cable loose and hid it away. Finney finds it, and using a rolled up mat as a guide, snakes it around the bars of the basement's only window. Wow,
Okay, okay.
I gotta call this kid the next
Oh,
time I
like you
lose
gonna
the
yank it.
drawstring inside my hoodie. Finney tries to climb to freedom, but is
Okay.
unable to unlatch the window before the grate breaks off. The survival
Damn.
scenes are one of the best parts of the Black Phone.
Bro, he's
I love
trying-
watching
I
a
want him to get
smart,
out, bro.
capable character try their best to escape an awful situation. Gwen is having visions of a live-action NES Paperboy adaptation, but the telepathic teenager would rather just know where her brother is. Unable to find Finney on her own, she asks for help from her super shitty dad. Terrence reveals their mother also had visions, meaning Gwen's power is inherited.
So
This
you
might
just
explain
beat him-
why
beat
Finney
her for no
is the
reason
only
then.
one who is able to hear the ghost voices.
Ill father.
Finney and Gwen's mom eventually became overwhelmed by the visions and took her own life.
Oh.
I don't want that future for you, sweetheart.
Ah, the old "this is for your own good" argument. That's never fucked up a kid before. Terrence is played by prolific character actor Jeremy Davies, who was in Ravenous, which we've covered on the podcast, and of course Lost. Yeah, Saving Private Ryan and all that. Dude will forever be Daniel Faraday to me. The police are conducting their own search for Finney. While going door to door, they meet Max, an eccentric out-of-towner who's crashing on his brother's couch. Max is played by James Ransone, last seen on The Kill
Yeah, but
Count
that's-
as adult Eddie. in
Was he
It
also a
Chapter 2.
Sinister?
He's also a Derrickson
I'm about to say, I remember him
regular,
in
appeared
Sinister.
in both Sinister movies as Deputy So-and-so.
Both
Max
of
is
them?
working on
I
an
know that.
amateur investigation and believes he's narrowed down where the grabber lives. The cops don't take him seriously though.
Bro,
Probably since Ziggy been dipping into White Mike's supply. Maybe if Max spent less time powdering his
Booger
nose,
sugar.
he'd realize the boy he's looking for is in the basement right below
That's
him, since
crazy.
the brother he's staying with has been moon knighting as the grabber. Finney has brought another
What does that
meanwhile
even mean?
grabber who's perplexed by the break in his murder routine.
Everything's different. Nothing's going right.
It's enough to put the sad mouth on his mask. The grabber's instantly iconic mask was designed by Gore Daddy Tom Savini, with input from Derrickson and sketch artist Levi Simpson. They were inspired by movies like Mr. Sardonicus and The Man
What's
Who
wrong with that
Laughs.
nigga mouth?
The modular mask, with its 3 different mouths, was created by special effects supervisor Jason Baker. In his Pittsburgh studio, he had to make nearly 40 copies, thanks to the mouth variations, stunt requirements, and COVID restrictions.
Because of
COVID?
we couldn't let Ethan and the photo double share the same mask, as he'd be breathing on it, whole cross-contamination thing. So then we had to make
Okay.
a whole separate set.
Makes
for the
sense, makes
photo
sense.
double.
The mask is a resin fiberglass hybrid with comfortable foam inside. The one I have here on set wasn't screen used in the movie, but it was used for promotional materials and sent by a friend at Universal. Thanks, John Luca. The grabber says he'll let Finney go if he
Oh, he
tells
got
him his name. But After
connects.
catching
He got
him in a lie,
connections.
he leaves with the door unlocked to tempt him again. Finney doesn't take the bait and is awoken that night by some extreme yoga. This backbending specter is Griffin Stagg, another victim whose ghostly appearance will get him added to the kill count. Does that mean I should have counted the Grady girls in the Shining kill count? I mean, yeah, sure, probably. Griffin tells Finney the grabber is playing a game called Naughty Boy. As long as Finney doesn't play, the grabber can't kill him yet. But that will
Okay.
only be true for a little bit longer, so he'd better find a way out of there. Griffin says the house's door is secured with a bike lock that once belonged to him. He wrote the combination on the wall, but can't remember how the digits break up, whether it's 2331-7 or 233-17 or what
It's
have
like
you.
Morse
The
code.
afterlife amnesia means Finney will have to try all the combinations, all while playing another game. Don't Wake Grabby from Parker Brothers. Finney successfully escapes his Gattaca prison, but on his way out, a barking bad boy wakes up his catnapping kidnapper. Finney screams for help outside, but the grabber catches up to him
No.
and threatens him into silence.
You say one fucking word, and I will gut you like a pig.
With no help coming from the neighborhood watch, the grabber puts an
Fuck,
end to Finney's
no.
adventure time and brings him back to the basement. Ethan Hawke
Oh
had been
my
reluctant
God.
to play evil characters because he was worried people would see him a different way if he did. He
That's why you
frequently
need
mentioned
guns,
how
folks.
Jack Nicholson was always seen as crazy.
Or cameras.
after
They had
The
cameras
Shining.
back then.
He decided
I'm
to give it
tripping.
a shot though because of the material, the director, and where he was in his career.
The good news is,
If I ain't gonna lie, if you hear a kid
one now,
screaming
so
outside your
it
house,
might be the time
wouldn't you
for
not
to go to the dark side.
at least look out the
Still,
window?
He found it difficult to play such an evil character because there's no justification for his actions.
Normally, I say
yeah.
that I'm always like to
Listen,
be
being
my
a serial
character's
killer.
lawyer. If I was my character's lawyer in this case, I think I would I would resign and just let the guy go to the death penalty, I mean.
His solution was to play the grabber like a wounded animal. He also said it was easy to turn off the character as soon as the cameras cut.
Catch the balloons!
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You can hear all about it in my interview with him, director Derrickson,
Bro, he got connects.
Jason Baker, and Tom Savini. A
Bro
frustrated
got the
Finney is
connects.
awakened by another call, this time from a ghost
Bro, I know
resting
he's
in
male,
no
bro.
amount of peace.
This is it. The horrifying nightmare end of your pathetic little life.
Finney realizes he's talking to Pinball Vance Hopper, a notorious school bully who the grabber grabbed earlier. Vance's vicious reputation is illustrated in a flashback where he beats up 2 kids who ruined his pinball game. We see him taken outside by the police, where he's joined by Dream Warrior Gwen. She sits in for a free ride in the Popo Mobile, and perhaps incepts Finney's latest phone call.
This is it. The horrifying nightmare end of your pathetic little life.
As Gwen takes stock of the Barbie dream house, Vance
7741.
reveals that when he was a captive, he broke through a wall in the bathroom. He was killed before he could escape.
Ooh.
Finney follows suit, busting through concrete with a toilet lid like it were Zepp
That's
Himmel's skull.
tough.
His exit is blocked by a freezer, so he dismantles the rest of the toilet and uses a washer to unscrew the back panel. Unfortunately, the freezer can't be opened from the inside, which makes sense. It is a
Damn.
freeze her, not a freeze him. Exhausted, Finney breaks down, believing his fate is sealed. It's hard to believe this is 15-year-old actor Mason Thames' first feature film role. Due to COVID, he had to audition through Zoom, a process he found awkward due to Wi-Fi issues. Glad his bandwidth came through, since the kid does great, going toe-to-toe with veteran actor Ethan Hawke. The phone rings yet again, but this time the caller is a friendly ghost.
Hey, Finn. What's happening?
It's Robin, here to
Yep.
comfort his friend in his time of need, and to finally get added to the kill count. Since Robin died recently, he's more coherent than the other spirits, who were all created for the movie actually. In Joe Hill's story, Bruce is the only ghost kid caller. But since creepy dead children are a forte of Derrickson's, the others were added to the film. Their makeup was all practical, done by department head Rick Poor. Seems like
So
they
they're
had a
gonna
lot of
only
fun
have
on
the
set.
baseball
Robin says
kid.
it's time for Finney to start standing up for himself.
You gotta
He
fight
teaches
back.
him how to weaponize the phantom.
So how come he couldn't do it?
Take a fast step back, step forward, step back, and swing.
Aw,
But how come he ain't do it?
A little line dance. That's nice. With Finney's training day
Kinda
complete,
sad.
Robin lets him know this will be the last black phone call, and the 2 friends say an emotional goodbye.
Miss you, Robin. Then get out for me. Use what we gave you.
Following Robin's
Hey,
advice, Finney packs the
this
phone
is
back
sad.
with dirt to give it heft, then kicks off his ultimate plan to bag that dagnab grabber.
He about to whoop
Outside,
his
Gwen goes
ass.
around the neighborhood looking like an appetizer for a killer clown. Good thing there aren't actually any scary clowns here.
Okay, so she
Just a
sees
bunch
all of
scary
them.
ghost kids who stop her in front of the house from her visions, which she identifies from its.
Where is he
front-lawn
burying the
foliage
kids
and
at? Like,
address.
how is he
After
disposing of
booking
the
it
like? They
back home,
can't.
Gwen hollers
They don't
back at
find the
one of the
dead kids'
detectives.
bodies.
He volunteers the police force as tribute to meet her at the house she's found. At the same time, Max has a coke-fueled eureka and realizes his brother's house is smack dab in the middle of the abduction zone.
Yep.
As Pink Floyd's "On the Run" blares in the background, he makes his way down to the basement, where he's shocked to find another house guest.
Oh,
Fucking way.
He takes a little too long to collect his bearings, though, and
He
fails
on
to
coke.
notice his brother, who buries an axe in
Damn!
him, killing him with one swift blow. What
no!
a dirty, bloody shame.
Hey,
the cops arrive to
yo!
save the day, but just like in Silence of the
Bro,
Lambs,
he
they're
turned
in
it-
the wrong
bro.
place at the right time. Turns out the house Gwen directed them to is abandoned, of the living at least. Her visions were never taking her to Finney, but rather to the Grabber's Dead Kids Society. Carpe dem kids' bodies, coppers. That means Finney
Bro,
still
his
gets to
head
fend
is
off the White
gone.
Devil and his White Fang by himself. He
Uh,
dodges an axe.
bro, how you gonna
and runs
2v1 a
the
kid? You
leaving
suck.
the Grabber right into Finney's trap house.
You suck. How you
Now,
gonna 2v1 a
the
kid,
advice
bro?
from all the previous basement boys plays into this final confrontation. Finney uses Billy's cable to trip the Grabber into the pit that he dug earlier using the tile Bruce.
You saw how he
broke.
fell?
The Grabber breaks his ankle on
Ooh.
a pulled down from the window. Finney puts Robin's training to good use.
Ooh,
beating
yup,
the bad
keep
man
doing it, yup,
down
keep
with a
doing it.
phone. Mason Thames was excited to do a lot of his character's physical scenes himself, working under stunt coordinator Mark Riccardi. He said the only downside was the fake sweat they had to use.
I know it's the most random thing, but it was like the greasiest, nastiest thing ever, and it was disgusting.
The Grabber gets grabby, but is distracted when Finney pulls his mask off,
Yep.
allowing the boy to wrap the phone's cable around his neck. The phone rings once
Choke
more,
him out,
now
my
the bell's
boy.
tolling for the Grabber, who hears his previous victims taunting him through the receiver.
Welcome to the end of your pathetic little life. Finn's
arm is mint.
With the final
Oh.
break, Vinny daybreaks the
Broke his
grabber's
neck. He's a murderer,
Finally
guys.
slides
He's a
down beneath
murderer.
the floor
Let's
to save
go.
the Gravedigger some time. Vinny placates the dog with a steak from the freezer. That
Okay,
makes his way
okay.
upstairs. He opens the combination lock and strolls out to
And
freedom. We
he's
see
free.
that Vinny's been kept in a house just across the street from where the bodies were being stored.
Oh,
Gwen
he had two
tearfully reunites
homes?
with her brother, and they're shortly joined
Bro,
by
he had
her
two
dad.
homes, bro.
Terrence begs them for forgiveness.
How could he
Since
afford
they've
that?
Probably heard this song before. The siblings opt for a silent side hug instead. Sometime later, Finney returns to school, where his reputation as a serial killer earns him some cred. With his newfound swagger,
Hey.
Finney strolls into science class.
Hey, no one gonna for him now.
Confidently sitting next to a girl he likes, Venny Finivici. How many people wound
Would
up
people
as
be more
dead as
surprised
an
though? He was gone for at least a week,
telephone?
right?
Or, landlines in general? Let's find out and get to the phone numbers.
He was gone for at least a week.
Mom, I'm trying to film a kill count. Hello?
Yeah, James, it's Zoran. Now I know you took a week off of doing kill counts, so you might be a little rusty, but I'm here to make sure you can get to the numbers. What you're gonna want to do, okay, is say a joke, pause for laughter, take a step back, walk off screen, and count. Do it with me.
Okay. Say a joke, pause for laughter, take a step back, walk off screen, and count.
One more time.
What is this little
Say a
pun, bro?
joke, pause for laughter, take a step back,
Why are they so in
walk off
sync?
screen, and count.
You're ready, man. Go get him, Tiger.
Why are they so in sync?
Really wish James hadn't killed me because Dude Bro's the new kill count champion.
Oh shit. Hilarious.
7 people died in the Black
Okay,
Phone,
7.
Most of whom were kids.
So 6 kids.
Bummer. The victims were all male, giving us a big blue
But
pie
how
chart
come
for
the
a small black
the
phone.
Karate Kid couldn't
You know,
beat?
this counted
I guess
gender
couldn't have all the
breakdown has
weapons
only
and
happened
stuff.
once before on this show, with Christine, coincidentally based on a story by Stephen King. With a runtime of 103 minutes, that left us with a kill on average every 14.71 minutes. I'll give the golden
Good kill,
chainsaw
good
for
kill.
coolest kill to the grabber. Most
Yup.
of this movie's kills are off.
Send his ass
Grabifying to
to
see
the
Eddie
afterlife.
finally stand up for himself. And I won't give a dull machete for this movie. It would feel weird to
I'm about to say,
penalize
like,
child murder for not being on screen.
That's
And
crazy.
it. The Black Phone
Like,
debuted
he's
at
hanging in
Fantastic
midair.
Fest before getting a wider release in 2022. Now, next Friday is a proof of concept short of the movie we're trying to produce called Pregame. Please be sure to tune in. We're really excited to share
Oh, he's
it.
making a movie too?
Until then, I'm James A. Janice.
Hey.
This has been the Kill Count.
The kill
Thanks a lot
count.
for
That was the video. Listen, man. Good movie. I was like, yo, I hope he gets out, cause that's scary, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's like one of the most scariest things ever. I ain't gonna lie. Even if it's a movie now. But hey, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe down below. See you guys next time. Peace. I thought he just pushed his ass in the van.